Now, they're all on Fox Business Network, and they're going to have this incredibly goofy segment where they're going to try to prove that the United States Postal Office is ridiculous and that we should privatize it. And look at how wonderful FedEx and UPS are doing. I mean, if you want to mail a package, it'll only cost you $20, $30. That's it. Whereas the United States Postal Service, they're charging 44 cents to deliver your mail anywhere in the country. Yeah, that sounds like a terrible bargain. But as they're doing this in the middle of this nonsense, well, one guy's going to take it over the top. His name is Jack Berkman, and he's going to say something that's going to get actually on the other guy's, under the other guy's skin. So let's watch Jack Berkman first, clip number 10.
Most of these guys working in the post office should be driving cabs, and I think we should stop importing labor from Nigeria and Ethiopia. That's about the skill level. They're only in there because of massive union protection. I mean, with the success of something like FedEx, how could anybody? Where is the argument that we should have a monopoly with this thing?
All right, you know, it's funny that those two countries he picked were Nigeria and Ethiopia. Well, it turns out I'm not the only one who noticed that. First, former senator from New York, Al D'Amato, was on. He's a Republican. And he said, look, Jack should stay away from these racial analogies, okay, and that he should watch his language. And I was like, whoa, I saw that. I was like, oh, this is getting heated, right? But then they came back to it. There's another woman on the panel, Tamara Holder. She's an attorney, and she's going to chime in on it, and then D'Amato's going to go over the top. So this is some good stuff. Let's watch.
But I think that whomever was speaking, Buddy Jack, you know, like the senator said, making all of these racist, somewhat racist statements about Nigeria.
Wait a minute. All I said was that.
Let me just finish.
That's crazy.
Is a spinning of sorts. This has nothing to do with whether somebody should be driving a taxi cab or not. This has to do with government waste and whether or not we need to close down post offices.
Most of the people employed by the United States Post Office, in my view and in the view of most economists, are thoroughly unskilled labor. That is why I allege they should be bumped down to driving cabs, and we should stop importing labor to drive cabs.
You are a nasty racist when you begin to bring. Well, I'm going to just make my observation. I have a right to do it. You brought in the fact there's a bunch of Nigerians. Now, wait a minute.
Go ahead, sir.
Eric, let me just tell you, that's a bunch of bullshit.
Oh,
and you should be ashamed of yourself and have your mouth washed out. What the hell are you talking about?
We are
It's
importing.
one thing to say that they're out of control. Wait a minute. Shut up. I listen to your racist bullshit. It's one thing to say that they're hiring people who are unskilled, that you can save money, that you can run it better, that it is inefficient, ineffective, and I agree to all of those things. But for you to bring in this bullshit about, oh, a bunch of Nigerians, etc., it's out of line.
All right.
And you hurt the cause. You hurt the cause of saying, guess what? A combination of private-public.
The United States.
A private-public partnership could do much better than what is being done now.
Senator, last word, Jack. We got to go. Go ahead.
If you want to have the debate, the reality is that many in the American quote-unquote middle, like postal workers, are really unskilled labor who should have been pushed down for market reasons. But because of union and government pressures, we import labor at the bottom and we keep these people here. That's a very true statement.
All right. Couple of things there. First of all, if you don't live in New York, you might not understand the cabbie reference, right? That's why those two, Tamara and Al D'Amato, went crazy, because he mentioned Nigerians and Ethiopians, and they said they should be driving cabs. In New York, the cab drivers are largely immigrants, right? And a lot of them happen to be black, but it's mainly immigrants, right? Whether they're Muslim or African or whatever it might be, right? So he's doing veiled language. It's very obvious. And he's basically saying you got these lazy black folks at the post office, and they're sucking the money out of the system. Yeah, I know. The poor and the middle class suck the money out of the system. Meanwhile, they're trying to privatize the post office so they can make real money. That's why D'Amato's so mad. He's like, you're blowing this whole scheme we got set up. We're going to do this nice little segment. We're going to push the government to privatize it so we can make money off of it. And you come in here with your stupid racist bullshit, right? And you screw it up for everybody. And, well, I'm glad he called him out on that, and I'm glad she called him out on it. But the thing that actually maybe even drove me more crazy than the racist stuff was, do you hear the language he uses, that Jack guy? You know, these people, they're unskilled. They need to be pushed down. They need to be pushed down and get worse jobs. But these unions came in and actually pay them a decent wage. It's so sad when we need to be pushing these people down. By the way, to the substance of their argument, like I said, the United States Post Office, is it great? Look, we have all gone in and we've all waited on lines, right? And we've been frustrated from time to time. It's not anywhere near perfect, but they deliver postage anywhere in the country. They do it 6 days a week. They do it for 44 cents. Do I want the United States Post Office taken away? Hell no, man. Every time I got to send a letter, I got to go to UPS and pay at least $14.99? Who wants that? These guys do, because they're going to make money off of it. That's why it's on the Fox Business Network. That's their whole scheme. But it's just, this Jack Berkman screwed it up by taking it over the top because he can't help himself. They need to be pushed down, these Nigerians and Ethiopians. They need to get the worst jobs. Okay, yeah, that's great. By the way, I'm going to go a little further on this because, you watch the rest of the segment and it's just, you want to pull your hair out. If there wasn't this blow-up, nobody would even pay attention. This is the kind of stuff that's on Fox Business Network all the time. Check out clip number 12 we got here for you.
I'm holding up a card, Jack. You may not be able to see it, but 2010, it's estimated the post office is going to drop $7 billion again in 2011. But, you point out FedEx, $1 billion profit in FedEx and a $2 billion profit in UPS. So what do you suggest we do? We just unravel, send the mail delivery privately?
If I were president of the United States, I would cease all federal funding and or involvement and or pressure and or anything with the mail service. There is no argument, no good argument as to why the government should be behind some kind of federal monopoly in the mail service.
You know why the government got into the mail service? You might not know this. It's because they had trouble getting mail to all of their citizens, right? And there were private services. It's just they found some routes all the way back when this first started unprofitable, right? And that's still the case. If you eliminated the post service, what you would have is FedEx and UPS, and they would say, I will take the most profitable routes, and I will deliver the most profitable packages. Because they're a private business. It makes sense, right? And if you live in the middle of Montana, well, good luck to you. It doesn't make sense for me to go out there. Or you want to deliver a simple postcard or whatever you want to deliver, 20 bucks, 30 bucks, 40 bucks, okay? Hey, that's capitalism, baby. The government set it up so we could all communicate to one another, right? So the end-all be-all is not, FedEx made $1 billion, aren't they? Awesome. UPS made $2 billion. They must be better than everybody else, right? No, we deliver the mail to everybody. 44 cents. People complain about it. I used to complain about it back in the day. Now that I look at the options, I'm like, are you crazy? Okay? No. I love the post office in that sense, right? And look, they make you take the opposite end because these guys are so radical, right? It's not like I think the post office is like some godsend, and whenever I walk in and I have to stand in line, I'm thinking, oh my God, thank God for the post office, right? But they do a service. It makes sense.